Okay, so the conversation is actually on predatory loans and how to protect yourself. And this is in relation to, we were talking about this today when we had this conversation, Leo, about instances where, especially for the motorists, when they take up a loan to buy motorbikes and then kidogo kidogo vitu zinapotea. Good morning, Lawrence.
Good morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm very grateful.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
An update on, I know right now that's on the 16th. You guys have put a pause on Shakahola.
Yes.
Okay, could you give us an update on that and when it's supposed to resume?
We just got communication today that we are resuming from the 5th of January to the 7th of January. That is for radicalization in Shanzu. Then we are from 12th to 12th to 15th, we are back in the murder case. So in these two instances, we are supposed to conclude the prosecution's case the same way we concluded Tononoka. So in the murder case, we've already done 100 witnesses.
Yes.
So we're going to conclude in that 1 week, the second week of January. The first week of January, we are concluding with 10 witnesses in Shanzu for radicalization.
Okay.
And then we'll be done. So we wait for now the manslaughter case, which will be done in February.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you were to estimate, how long because we're getting into 2026.
Yes.
When do you think we can wrap up the case against Paul Mackenzie and his co-accused?
I'm looking at a practical date of about June of this coming year.
Yes.
That is having concluded both the prosecution's case and let's say we have a case to answer, then we conclude the defense case because the defense case does not have as many witnesses as the prosecution's case. Then we have time for submissions and ultimately the judgment. So we're looking at sometime in June.
Okay.
Yes. Sometime in June we should be done with all the cases.
All right.
All the 4.
Okay.
Yes.
And as we're talking about current affairs, or rather what's also trending in the corridors of law, there's also this communication that came up.
Yes.
From that is NTSA.
Yes.
NTSA said, that is the National Transport and Safety Authority, said together with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, they said that they've announced roadblocks and mobile courts after December travel deaths. We're witnessing a lot of road accidents. So the judiciary, they say that at the same time, judiciary will be mounting mobile courts along major corridors to deal with traffic offences.
Indeed.
These are among the changes that were announced yesterday.
Yes.
How will this look like when we're having mobile courts?
First of all, before we even go to mobile courts, you'll notice that the aspect of mounting roadblocks coming as an announcement, you have to ask yourself, why are they announcing that? Because already there was a petition that declared that those roadblocks that are randomly placed are actually illegal and unconstitutional. So when NTSA come up and give an excuse to it, we look at it as an administrative thing. They have administratively said that they are reacting to the road carnage that is normally seen during this holiday period.
Yeah.
Now, back to your question where you talk about mobile courts.
Yeah.
Mobile courts are just instances where judicial officers are sent out not to be in physical courts so that they can have their staff, their desk, and a bit of a leaner staff so that they can dispense justice on the ground.
Okay.
So mobile courts normally work within areas where we don't have a physical building to call a court. And then you have an outstation where a magistrate or a judge goes out to deliver, mostly it's magistrates, to deliver justice to the people on the ground. It's like bringing it to the people. So in this particular instance, when they talk about mobile courts along the major corridors, so they want to eliminate that aspect of being arrested on Friday and you have to wait all the way to Monday. Arrested, and then the processing time takes longer, so which gives time to facilitate for someone to pay a bribe. Because if you're arrested today and you're told that the only time you can be presented to court is tomorrow, you will be agitated and you will want to actually get out of there by all means possible.
Okay.
But if you're told that you're arrested right now and by 2 p.m. you're in court, you say, well, let's go to court.
All right. So that means if it's let's say because it's to deal with traffic offenses,
Correct.
right? If I commit a traffic offense,
Yes.
and a police arrests me, the next thing is there's an availability. There's like I can be processed, taken to court immediately, and then pay whatever it is I'm supposed to pay. Or
if it's a fine. Yes, and if it's not a fine, then if you have to pay a cash bail or a bond, then it's a court cash bail and bond. It's not the police bail and bond that facilitates for corruption.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you pay it in court, you be rest assured whether you're convicted or acquitted, that money will come back.
Yeah.
For the police station, we've had instances where you go pay 20,000. By the time you get out of there, you leave with 5,000 alone. That is a reality on the ground.
Yeah.
Hizi mahakama zito ni za dharura ama ni za
tuite tu za dharura kwa sasa. Zilikuweko na bado zipo.
Si ndio?
Ziko.
Hazikuondolewa. Iliondolewa kwa roadblock.
Ni roadblock ziliondolewa, lakini mahakama za dharura ama mahakama ambazo zinaletwa nje ya koti yenyewe zipo. Mfano mzuri ni kule maeneo ya Msambweni. Msambweni kuna koti moja ya Msambweni pale, lakini ukiendelea kwenda mpaka Lungalunga kule hakuna koti. Utapata distance ni ndefu, umbali ambao huko unapata watu pengine wanakaa kizuizini ama korokoroni zaidi ya masaa ile inahitajika, sababu ni mbali, unaambiwa hakuna gari na vitu kama hivyo. Kwa wakati kama huo, jaji mkuu ameweka hizi mobile court ama koti za kuhamahama. Wanatoka mahali ambapo wako, wanaenda kule kwenye ground karibu na police station, karibu na kwa chifu, ili waweze kufanya koti wakiwa pale.
So hii directive mpya ina tofauti gani na hizo ambazo tayari tuko nazo?
Directive mpya ni tofauti sababu zile koti za kuhamahama ambazo ziko hazijalenga kitengo kimoja cha sheria kama hiki ambacho kinalenga mambo ya traffic ama mambo ya barabarani. Sasa hii imewekwa kwa muda mfupi ili iweze kusuluhisha jambo ambalo linatokea kwa wakati mwingi kwa muda huu ambao watu wako kwenye likizo na watu wanasafiri sana. Hasa wakati huu jaji mkuu ameonelea ni vizuri ulete haki kwa watu. Ndio maana hata akizungumza wakati ule alisema usitoe rushwa ama usitoe hongo kwa polisi ama kwa mtu yeyote, walazimisha ama waambie wakuwasilishe katika hii koti ya dharura. Na koti ya dharura itakuwa hapo karibu na barabara ambapo kosa litakuwa limetendeka. Tuseme kama tunaelekea Malindi na makosa yamefanyikia pengine Mtwapa, na koti ambayo iko karibu sana iko tuseme Vipingo.
Yes.
Itabidi wakuwakilishe hapo sababu muda wa kutoka mahali ambapo uko mpaka mahali koti iko itachukua muda ukikadiria dakika 30 ikienda zaidi. Na hivyo wakiweka kila mahali itawalazimu wale ambao wanashughulikia mambo ya barabarani wasikuweke kizuizini. Wasiseme ati tumepanga lori hapa, ingia kwa lori mpaka kesho. Sasa hii inasema unashikwa leo, unaambiwa hata kabla ufike kwenye roadblock ambayo inafuata. Hata wewe mwenyewe unaweza jiwakilisha sababu unaweza pewa ile karatasi. Uambiwe wewe na hii gari lako fika katika koti hiyo. Wakilisha karatasi hii, usomewe mashtaka. Kama ni faini unalipa, ulipe faini. Kama ni kesi kuendelea, utapewa dhamana pale.
Okay.
Ndio.
All right then. Now to our conversation of the day, which is on how to protect yourself from predatory loans. We're going back all the way to a conversation that used to happen. These stories are out there, right?
Yes.
Where reports indicated that motorists, particularly border operators, have experienced mysterious disappearances or alleged theft of their motorbikes, often when they are close to completing their loan payment.
Yes.
And most of the times when this came up, the issue led to accusations of foul play and collusion against some micro-lending companies.
Indeed.
Right? According to these allegations, timing of disappearance was a bit questionable, tracker failures, right? And then also in terms of company response, they're saying when a bike is stolen early in the loan period, companies reportedly trace and recover them. However, when it happens close to loan completion, the companies often state that they cannot help. Right? So let's look at first of all with these conversations where nilipa pole pole.
Yes.
Right, there's a company that offers a loan. You go take up, especially for the motorist, take up
Yes.
the motorbike, and then unalipa pole pole.
Mm-hmm.
Why have we seen instances where we're seeing mysterious disappearances of these? And yes, what is there foul play? Could there be foul play?
It's actually pure crime. You know, if you're a consumer of news, you will note that there have been direct complaints by people on the ground. I saw a clip on telly the other day where people in Kitengela, other parts of Kiserian and Rongai, they were complaining. And what were they complaining about? They were complaining about these instances where you have exactly what you're saying, that we're in the process of paying our loan. Towards the completion, your motorcycle is stolen. And it's a repetitive pattern, and it got worse to an extent that the robbery of the actual motorcycle or motor vehicle became violent to an extent that one person died. Yeah. So observing the pattern, they were trying to trace it to, because there's only one person who has the tracker. There's only one person who has the information as to how much you've paid and how much is remaining.
Yes.
Then it would not beat logic for this person to have coincidentally that your motor vehicle, every other person, or your motorcycle, every other person is okay, save for one who is about to complete. Of course, when you add 1 + 1, you can see that there's an aspect of foul play. And these micro-lending organizations have been cited over a period of time. Reports have been made, but this is purely criminal. When you look at that aspect, that they are targeting those people who are just about to finish. And where do these motorcycles go?
Yeah.
Where is the aspect of tracking? If the tracking is only working during that time that someone needs to pay, but when the motorcycle or motor vehicle disappears, it doesn't work, then the same does not add up.
Okay, so let's say now I'm nearing completion, right?
Yes.
But then the motorcycle gets stolen.
Yes.
Who pays?
Very important question and very controversial. Ideally, the insurance should take up, because when you're taking a financed lending, finance lending comes to embedded with it an insurance option. Like, let's say today, myself or Salim wants to take a loan. Just think of a normal loan.
Yeah.
You as the borrower, you have to pay for insurance for the loan that you're taking in the event the same cannot be actualized.
Okay.
Same applies to these purchases that you take on hire purchase or financed options. Ideally, the insurance needs to kick in. But what do? Because of lack of knowledge and sensitization of the people who are the borrowers, they punish them to pay even for something that has already been lost. In certain instances, you have lost it, maybe at a protest it's been burnt, it's been stolen, it broke down or something, you still are condemned to pay. For these are the instances that we say that ignorance of the law it's not a defense. So on this particular instance, your own ignorance will make you suffer, while if you are knowledgeable, you'd be saying, I'm not paying because I paid for insurance. Let my insurance take up wherever failed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm also there's this bit that says still with the motorists.
Yes.
The Boda Association had suggested that some companies may be colluding with thieves to repossess the motorcycles under the guise of theft, allowing them to reclaim the asset and potentially sell it again, while the original rider is still held accountable for the debt.
Exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You see that particular instance, like now you pointed out the Boda Association.
Yes.
They also raised the same instance, and I remember that particular aspect has been happening over more than 4 instances where you have that the members of these associations are complaining that, let's say, Salim, he's just about to complete his loan.
Yeah.
He's been paying religiously. Then his motorcycle disappears. So and so happens the same way. But in the instance that you say that if Lawrence borrowed and he's disappeared on the first month, then they are very quick to recover it.
Yes.
So that you can continue your terms. So it means that in the latter instance, there are only two options.
Yeah.
They either have laxity, they don't want to follow up because they want you to pay,
Mm-hmm.
or on the other hand, they are part and parcel of those people being sent to steal from you.
Whoa.
Very unfortunate,
Yeah.
but it has been reported. OBs have been taken, but when you look at such instances, it becomes a direct criminal offense.
Yeah.
But now you have the bigger task of trying to connect the lending organization with the alleged theft.
Yeah. And when a motorbike mysteriously goes missing, who legally bears responsibility? Is it the rider or the lender?
Now we go back to who is the actual owner.
That is the
It is the lender.
the lender.
The lender. Because before you finish, it's still the lenders. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, at what point does the responsibility pass on to the borrower
Yes.
or the rider?
Yes.
It is upon completion and registration.
Okay, so until I complete
It
this
is
payment,
theirs.
bado ni yao.
Yes.
Mpaka umalize hata kama ni shilingi.
That is how it
Yeah.
is. Proprietary rights only pass after you have completed paying the consideration as agreed.
Yes.
But before, then all the rights and responsibilities are with the owner.
Yeah.
Now, this is where now they bring you the fine print. They tell you about this and this and this and this. And that's why I even dropped in that aspect of insurance. Because they are the ones who make you take insurance that covers their property. Because they have lent it to you to use as you pay for it in bits.
Okay.
So if it gets lost, it should be their responsibility. It is not yours. And what you carry there is the cost that you pay, the premium for the insurance. So that insurance, this is different from the the insurance, the road insurance that you pay, you take for having been to comply with the NTSA. This is a facility insurance, the loan insurance. Like if you are loaned 150,000, you may pay a facility insurance for maybe 5,000, so that they cover a certain percentage in case of loss, in case of damage, in case of anything. Because the other insurance is for you to cover, whether it's the third party or it's comprehensive, it is to cover you and the other road users.
Okay. From a legal standpoint, when a boda rider signs this asset finance contract, right?
Yes.
What kind of agreement is this? Is it a hire purchase? Is it a lease? Is it or is it something else entirely? And what should they look into?
A hire purchase agreement is a hire purchase agreement. It is one that is clearly defined that you're paying in bits and then ownership shall come at the end.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a basic contract where it comes like a loan agreement, then it becomes a loan agreement where you say, I am loaning you this amount, but it's coming in form of this asset. So you pay for it and then ownership shall come at the end. The clause is always there.
Yeah.
Ownership is at the completion of payment of any outstanding premium.
Yeah.
So when they come to sign these agreements, some institution give you hire purchase. Other institutions give you a loan agreement. Other institution gives you like what we call a mixed up contract. So it becomes just a basic contract, whereby we say you have your responsibility, I have a responsibility, this is the consideration and this is the asset. So this is how we are exchanging interest in terms of the money and the asset. Most cases, they come in the shape and form of hire purchase. But in other instances, it is a loan agreement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Wakili. Mimi niko na mashaka na makubaliano haya makubaliano. Pikipiki sawa, utafanya biashara sawa, lakini hapa kwenye makubaliano vile umesema ignorance
of the law is not a defense.
So wakati mtu anakwenda kuchukua huo mkopo wa pikipiki, umesema hiyo stakabadhi ya bima tayari iko pale, ambapo ikiisha kipengele cha bima kwamba ikitokea la kutokea bima kule inafaa stand in.
Ndio.
Lakini kwenye mambo mengi ambayo tumeyaona Kilifi, Mombasa hapa na sehemu nyingine,
ndio,
ni kwamba hilo halifanyiki. Yule ambaye anapelekwa mbio ni yule ambaye alichukua hiyo pikipiki ya mkopo anayelipa. Ni kitu gani ambacho kwamba huyu mhusika pamoja na kwamba ushasema ni ignorance, sawa, na wengine naona na watu ambao kwamba wamesoma, ni kitu gani ambacho kinamfanya mtu mpaka anaona potelea mbali, anabakia anapelekwa mbio? Hata wengine I think labda washapelekwa hata mahakamani kwa sababu hawajalipa wakamaliza hiyo mikopo. What's the problem?
Nafikiria ni kutokosa kujua, ndio maana naita ignorance. Si ignorance ya kuita mtu pengine ni mjinga au mambo kama hayo. Ni wakati ambapo una haja, wakati mwingine haja yako inakuweka kwa kiwango fulani ambacho haujali ni nini utapitia ili utimize haja yako. Hasa wewe unasema, kimombo wanaita desperation. Sasa wanasema wewe haja yako imefanya mpaka macho yamefungika, hutaki kuyaona yale ambayo yako mbele yako. Lakini baada ya tukio kufanyika, pengine umefanyiwa dhuluma ya aina yoyote kupitia katika stakabadhi au mkataba ambao uliingilia, itakapofika wakati huo, jambo la kwanza, usiongeze kule kupumbaa kwa kukosa kutafuta mwelekeo wa kisheria. Sababu pale inafika mambo ya kisheria, pengine wamekuitia maafisa wa polisi, unashikwa unapelekwa ndani. Haya, wakati mwingine wamekuandikia barua ya wakili, wewe umepewa ile inaitwa demand notice. Wewe utanyamaza, ungoje vitu viende, alafu ujipate huko kizimbani peke yako. Wakati huo unafaa kuchukua wajibu wako na kuzungumza na mtu ambaye anaelewa sheria. Unamwambia stakabadhi yangu ni hii, hivi ndivyo niliwetia sahihi na mambo yalikuwa 1 2 3, utanisaidia vipi? Alafu huyo atakusaidia kimawazo, atakwambia lakini kuna kipengele hiki cha bima kinasema ukifikisha asilimia fulani bima inachukua hapo. Ama hata kama wakati unanunua ulilipia bima ya kushughulikia mambo kama haya. Kwa hivyo hawa wanafaa kuwa wanakuambia wewe ushirikiane na wale wachunguzaji, wale assessors and investigators, ili bima yao iweze kulipia, because that's how insurance operates. Insurance wanangoja in the event there's any issue, and then they look at the aspect that is not voidable. Wanaangalia wakati ambapo usiwe eti wewe mwenyewe umeorganize na marafiki zako mkaiba, alafu mkaenda mkaeka mahali fulani ili muibie bima. Hiyo kimombo inaitwa, ama kisheria inaitwa insurance fraud. Kuna watu wamejaribu, lakini ni hatia ambapo ukishikwa unachukuliwa hatua. Lakini kama imefanyika kwa hali ya kawaida, inafaa kuwa bima yao ndio inakuja inachukua.
Okay.
Sasa watu wasipumbae. Let people not be ignorant. They need to know their rights. They need to know what they are signing. Na hiyo inatuleta kwa mambo ya kujua kile ambacho umejiingiza kati
ya sahihi.
Ndio.
Now, hapo umezungumza vizuri pale mwanzo. I understand wengine wanalipa 15,000, kuna wale wanalipa 20,000 upfront.
Yes.
Ndio sasa uchukue pikipiki uanze kulipa hiyo mdogo. Ile fee ambayo unalipa pale mwanzo ina combine na hiyo ya bima, ama you have to be specific? Hii umelipa ni 15,000 pengine, ama ikoje?
Wajibu ni wa yule ambaye anakupatia mkopo huu, ama anakuweka katika hii hali ya kulipa kwa polepole. Be it a hire purchase or be it a loan, the responsibility is on the lender or the owner of the property to ensure that they incorporate the aspect of insurance. Yes.
Yeah.
Sasa how you pay it, wao ndio wanaiona, because that's a commercial decision. Hilo ni jambo ambalo wanaamua. Wanasema pengine wewe utalipa 30% mwanzo, alafu balance utalipa polepole. Wajua sababu ya wao kusema ati wewe lipa shilingi 15,000 ama shilingi 20,000 ni ili wapate pesa zaidi. Kama ilikuwa 100,000 na wame break down, wewe the less you pay the more you will pay at the end of it all. Kama tunaelewa. Sababu kama tuseme simu yako, naona uko na simu very expensive. Simu yako tuseme the phone is 220,000.
Yeah.
Kisha unaenda kwa mtu fulani, alafu anasema wewe wacha utalipa polepole, utalipa 25,000 kila mwezi. Utaona hiyo ni sawa, hiyo ni rahisi, sababu hii ya 200,000 itanipa muda fulani. Lakini katika hii 25,000 per month watakwambia ulipe kwa mara 7.
Mara 7, yes.
Ukilipa 25,000 times 7 gives you how much? Mahesabu ya haraka.
Hesabu ya haraka nini hatukupita.
Muendelee, I'm actually looking at that.
5 una carry 3. Jamani.
What are you carrying?
That is 170.
25,000 times
7
times 7.
That's 175k. Yeah.
Sasa badala ya kulipa let's say ilikuwa 120,000, wacha tuweke 120,000. Alafu akakwambia utalipa 25,000 lakini mara 7. Sasa unapata instead of kulipa 120 unalipa an extra 55,000.
Yeah.
Wao katika zile stakabadhi zao ile watakuwa wanakupatia usign, katika hiyo inafaa kuwa imejumlisha ile bima. Kama haikujumlisha hiyo ni shauri yao, sababu property ni yao. Mimi nikiwa wakili ambaye anawakilisha mtu ambaye anapeana loan ama anapeana mkopo wowote ama malipo ya polepole, nikose kumwambia mteja wangu weka bima ama weka insurance in as part of your purchase price, nitakuwa nimewakosea kisheria, sababu tumesema vizuri mali ni ya nani hadi ilipwe mwisho ni yako. Ni yako wewe ambaye unapeana
mkopo, yes.
Tuseme kumekuja mambo ya kiulimwengu yale hauna control over. Kimombo wanaita ama kisheria wanaita force majeure, kile kitu ambacho hauwezi.
Hicho kimombo force majeure. That's not English.
It is legal.
I agree with you.
Stemming from a French. Iko na French background, yeah?
Okay.
Force majeure ni those acts of God. Tunaita act of God. Kumekuwa na mafuriko.
Pikipiki ikabebwa na maji. Ikawa force majeure.
Kumekuwa na moto ambao unachoma msitu. Lakini moto huo ukaja ukachoma pia
natural disaster. That is
natural disasters.
Yes.
We talk about an act of God.
Yeah.
In law we don't call them natural disasters because natural disasters
wakili kubali tu natural disaster. I know.
So
hapa ni hapa kwetu.
Wewe kama mtu ambaye ulimpatia mtu mwingine mkopo bila kuchukua bima, ni nani atalipa? Na sheria inasema acts of God, yule ambaye alikuwa anafaa kulipa amekuwa shielded na sheria, yeye si lazima. When an act of God happens, sema radi ipige.
Yes.
Na radi imepiga tu hiyo pikipiki peke yake.
Ni wewe mwenye ambaye ulitoa mkopo ndio unafaa ushughulikie.
Yule ambaye unamdai atasema no, that was an act of God. Hiyo haikuwa mikononi mwangu. Ni mambo ambayo mimi sikuwa na uwezo wa kuzuia.
Kuiba ni act of God?
Hapana.
Okay.
Anyway, so what we're saying is,
yes.
If this the motorbikes are insured, they should be insured, right?
Yes.
So by the time they're signing this contract, they should understand that the motorbikes are insured.
There's a clause that is embedded within the contract.
Yes.
That caters for insurance.
Okay. So if it's insured and then maybe it gets stolen or something happens, that means that the motorist is not supposed to be paying for it.
Yes, the first stop is for the policy holder, who is now the owner, to follow up for compensation.
Okay.
Because remember, insurance is there to do a business of covering you up for such eventualities.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What are the what are some of the clauses that border riders should never ignore before signing such contracts?
Number 1 is get to know the parties.
Yeah.
Number 2, the purchase price.
Okay.
The purchase price, because we have an instance, because it's been reported, there's this one of these lenders, I don't know if you'll allow me to name, because it's reported in local dailies. One of the lenders, let me use that example of that lender. It's can I?
Okay, so I'll give you an example. So here, there's a parliamentary inquiry.
Yes.
Where the National Assembly Finance and National Planning Committee summoned several assets financing companies, including Watu Credit Limited and Mogo Motorcycles, Kenya.
Yes.
They were summoned to answer questions regarding mysterious disappearances and alleged predatory lending practices.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, Mogo has been reported to have been fined by the the Competition Authority of Kenya, and has also been cited in several civil matters.
Yes.
I was answering based on what
they should look out for.
They should look out for.
Yes.
Now, when I say they should look out for the purchase price, there was that instance where Mogo was giving a loan but applied dollar rates.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Because it's an international company, they give you a loan in Kenya shillings, but when it comes to the interest, it keeps on adding up.
So the amount they're giving me is in Kenya shillings.
Yes.
And then when I'm paying back in dollars.
You're paying in Kenya shillings,
but
the interest rate is rising in dollar rates. So the Competition Authority of Kenya looked at it, and this was in October of last year. They said, no. This is not supposed to be the case.
Yeah.
You're actually being predatory to these particular purchasers because you're not revealing full information. So that is one thing that the borrower must always look out. The purchase price, the interest rate. What rate are you using? Because in legal terms, we say, if you say interest rate shall be 12%, calculated based on the best lending rate of Central Bank of Kenya as out of this date. Because with inflation, times change. All right? So you don't want it to be open. Back in the day, we used to use Barclays bank rates because they used to standardize everything. But now Barclays became ABSA and CBK took over in terms of standardizing rates. So in this particular instance, you need to look out for the purchase price, who the parties are, because I don't want to get into an agreement that I owe Miriam and then the person who is coming to execute is Salim.
Yeah.
Then number 3, look at the interest rate, break down the interest rate so that you ask them properly. If it's not indicated, the interest rate shall be charged in Kenya shillings on a monthly basis or on an annual basis. Is it on a reducing balance or is it on standard? Those are the things you need to know when you're getting into any loan agreement.
Yeah.
And then the other clause that you need to look at is the payment terms, because that is also something that Mogo was cited for. You've been adjusting or shifting the goalposts. That is why someone has been servicing a loan of 150,000 for 5 years.
Why?
And they're being deducted 5,000 every month. And then you're wondering,
should have been done.
What have you been servicing all these years?
Yes.
What have you been doing? So these are the kind of things that every purchaser or every borrower needs to keep in mind.
Yeah.
So aside from the parties, aside from the purchase price, aside from the rates, and aside from the payment terms, they also need to watch out for hidden clauses. Okay. The only way to watch out for the hidden clauses is when you give it to someone to have a look at it. Yes, especially a legal eye. You can just even go for consultation. You'd rather pay 3,000 to 5,000 to have a consultation on a 2-page document than have to pay double of what you need to pay. And finally, they need to be sensitized and be aware of the Duplam rule.
Yes. Yeah.
Tulizungumzia hiyo hapa wakati mwingine.
It.
Wakati ambapo tunasema interest yako haifai kuzidi principal amount ile ulipewa. Kwa hivyo kama nilipewa 50,000 alafu nimeshalipa interest ishafika another 50,000 nimelipa 100,000, sifai kulipa chochote baada ya hapo. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if a contract is written, let's say in complex legal language, does the law offer protection for riders who didn't fully understand it?
There's always a presumption that before you sign a contract, there's what we call agreement of mind. I wanted to say it in Latin, but I was
just
say it in Latin.
Put it in Latin.
Say it.
Where you say me to?
The other one is what?
Hiyo nishasahau.
Sina mshasahau.
Wewe iseme tu.
Just say it, we're learning.
Where?
All right. Now, when we have the ad idem principle, when you have an agreement, yes, you have agreement of mind.
Yes.
So you need to agree to the terms. The only way you can agree to the terms if you understand. So the presumption is when you sign, you already know. So that's
Okay.
where it brings us back to ignorance is no defense.
Yes.
So before you sign, you need to know. So you want to ask me what of someone who gets into an agreement and later on claims that they did not understand.
Yes, and also can they challenge a contract after signing if it's proving to be unfair? When I go back to my contract and I look at it and say, absolutely not, this is unfair. Like there's a clause that I disagree with in a lot of contracts, and it says, or any other duty assigned to you by your employer. Right?
I like that. That is a sweeping omnibus clause that is open to interpretation.
Yes.
And that's a badly written contract.
It's bad.
Because that means that it is left for any interpretation.
Yes.
Now, there's a very famous law that our very good senior counsel, Elisha Ongoya, spoke about when they were talking about the impeachment of IDP.
Yes. Famous.
So he told one of the participants in the process that he told one of the participants that you understand that the law provides that a contract is going to be interpreted against the person who wrote it. So if you wrote the contract and then you put in a bad clause or one that cannot be understood, when Miriam is coming to interpret the contract between you and I, and that clause is very bad, then Miriam shall apply it against you, not against me. Now, let me break it down.
Okay.
You write an impossible or inapplicable clause in your contract.
Yes.
It comes to the point of interpretation and application, it shall be interpreted against you.
Okay.
Case example, Justice Ado gave a judgment or a ruling after the demise of our very own senior advocate, Chalom Bobo.
Yes.
The ruling said that even though he signed, but the contract went against the Duplam rule. Now, you understand what I'm saying is that ignorance is not a defense, so
Yes.
you need to know what you're signing. But if you get into a contract that provides for something that is illegal, is unenforceable, then the drawer of that contract is the one who is going to lose. That is why the court ordered that the titles and security documents to be returned to his family within a period of 30 days, and the family shall not pay a single shilling more than what had already been paid.
Okay.
This is because even though this advocate knew that I was getting into a bad contract, the provision of that bad contract is interpreted against the person who did not include the Duplam rule there.
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes, we are.
I feel like we're in
Teacher.
class.
I was about to say.
Tuko pamoja mpaka.
Are we together? Okay. What should one look out for then, since we're looking at contracts? And I saw this. I'd never seen this before. I saw this lady. She was getting hired at a previous company that I worked in, and that actually got to me by mistake. I happened to have received an email that I wasn't supposed to. So when you
Please don't incriminate yourself on air.
I would not incriminate myself on air.
Yes.
So when that email came through, and this lady it was her contract, and she was indicating what should be scrapped out of the contract, what should be included in the contract. And
Indeed.
I said, wait, what? Somebody can actually take their contracts and go back and sit and say, remove this, I don't like this clause, I don't like this clause. What are some of the things that we should know? Because at times when you're signing a contract, when your employer says, oh, you have a job, here's a contract, we are so happy. But before pending our signature and saying, I do, to my relationship and yours,
Yes.
what should we look out for?
Actually, number one, have some self-worth. Know that you're the prize.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, desperation puts us to a point where we think that getting that job or getting that deal is everything.
Yeah.
So you forget and you want to sign anything and everything that is presented at your table.
Yeah.
If you've seen the documentary that is now trending of our very own Sean Combs, you see the documentary and you find that there are people who entered into predatory contracts.
Yes.
So much that they earn millions of dollars, but they end up not having even a single shilling at the end of the day. It is that desperation. It is the inability to read and assess the situation.
Yes.
Case example is where you're talking about your friend, and your friend was able to take time, read the contract, put in their suggestion, because a contract is an invitation to treat.
Okay.
An invitation to treat is not a proposal. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
When
like
you say
today-
invitation to treat,
yes.
what does that mean?
Here's what I mean. An invitation to treat is that I am inviting you to the table to negotiate.
Yes.
I'm not giving you the terms. The terms will come from you to me for me to accept.
Okay.
So, let's say I'm your potential employer, and then I tell you that here is a contract, a draft contract. Please have a look or sign it. I have invited you to treat.
Mm-hmm.
You will make me the offer, and then I will accept your offer or not.
Oh. So I'm supposed to make the offer.
That is when you now amend and tell me, okay, I don't want 8 to 5.
Yes.
I want 9 to 4. I don't want 200,000. I want 100,000, 150,000 tax free. So take your 200,000 gross, give me 150,000
Tax
net.
free. Net, yes.
Yes, I don't want to be a person who is paid for their statutory deduction. Do not deduct me. All I want is to have withholding tax. So I want to be a consultant. I don't want to be an employee. Things like that. So when you make those amendments, then you've actually made an offer to me, so that I can either say, Miriam, that can work or that cannot work. But when I give you the letter and you just sign, I've given you an offer, you have just received and you've just accepted. Because in a basic contract, there has to be an offer and acceptance.
Yeah.
Anything before is an invitation to treat.
Wow.
When you go to the shop,
Prima facie.
when you go to the shop, you go to the shop to buy a loaf of bread, Salim, who is making the offer to who? Is it that person who is giving you bread who is offering you the bread, or are you the one offering to buy the bread?
I'm the one offering to buy the bread.
Correct, because they have an option of saying, spendi sura yako skuzi. So offer yako imekataliwa.
Yes.
Lakini kwani
Tafunga duka.
So we have to understand the balances. That's why I started by saying know your worth, and then know that it is not a closed-ended thing. It is actually an invitation to treat, an offer that can either be accepted or rejected.
Yeah.
So your friend took the wise move and actually commented and gave her own or their own preference
Yes.
in that contract. But now take it further. What if your friend say that, give me 1 day, I need to run this by my lawyer, and then I bring it back to you?
Yeah.
If by any chance this employer refuses to give this person a job because they wanted to consult,
Yes.
then this person has the recourse to sue this employer or potential employer for denying them their constitutional right to get legal counsel.
Can your employer give you your contract, the one that you've not signed yet?
Yes.
Can they say, okay, take your contract and then sit with it for a day and then bring it back the following day? Is that allowed?
It is allowed. That should be actually the position. It is actually illegal for someone to come to you and say, here's your contract, sign it right now, I'm going back with it.
That's illegal.
That is illegal because you will not
Which
have
country?
this country. You will not have an opportunity to look at what you're signing.
Yeah, okay.
So it is actually forcing you to enter into what we will come back and say those are predatory terms, unfair terms, and actually getting you into something that you are not aware of.
I know we're running out of time, but I've also seen instances where an organization will call you and say, come in and sign your contract, right? And you're seated there and the HR is right opposite you and there's a pen and you're going through it. And at this point, do I ask, okay, I do not want to sign it now. Let me leave with this contract.
That first of all, that HR should be fired, because at the end of the day,
Yes. Yes.
I'm speaking from a position of not authority of a lawyer,
Yeah.
but I also have training in human resource management.
Okay.
Ideally, it is not supposed to be that the HR is actually sitting there telling you, sign this right now and bring it back. No. A HR is a balance and a bridge between management and the workforce. So a HR should actually lean back and say that I've sent you your contract, have a look at it, and then come sign on this date. So you have prior knowledge. So when you go for signing, you say, I don't like this clause, I like this clause, can we change this?
Yes.
Even if they don't have to change it, but they will have heard you. In the alternative, they do a printout, they tell you, here's your contract, kindly make sure you bring it back by Friday.
Uh-huh.
You see?
Okay.
But sitting across the table and say, sign it, please sign this, that HR is really doing poorly from their position.
All right.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about, especially when it comes to contracts, especially when you're getting a new job. Sindio?
Yeah, hata hapo kwa Duplam.
Kwa Duplam
Nilikuwa
rule.
nataka hapo.
Turudie tena.
Si hata kurudia.
Uh-huh.
Kwenye hizo contract. Kwa sababu haikuagi.
Uh-huh. Nini haiko?
Hiyo Duplam.
Uh-huh.
Haikuagi kwa hizo contract. For example, za hawa watu wa mabodaboda. Haikuagi. Ndio maana wanalipa excess 100%.
So you think the Duplam rule should be included, included in the contract? Can it be included? I mean, it's just it's an assumption.
It's not an assumption. It's a principle of law that is actually, it's not a must to be included.
Yeah.
But there is no harm for it to have a line that this contract is subject to the Duplam rule. Full stop.
All right. Thank you so much, Lawrence, for making time today.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, karibu sana. I think the other conversation that
contract
ziko mingi sana, sindio? We will still continue having
hata ile ya jana yule jamaa tulikuwa naye hapa
jana, yes.
Na wale watu wenye walishikwa walikuwa wanasafirishwa waende Russia. Hizi stories za contract,
there's so much to talk about.
So much. It's
yeah, we will still continue having this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Na wordings za kutoka Ugiriki na France.
What are you talking about?
Yes, hizo wordings za law. They are very good. Amicus curiae.